Since 1882, Denton ISD's mission in partnership with families and the community has been to graduate all students with the knowledge, skills, and leadership necessary to thrive as productive and responsible citizens. But over the last year, the district had to make cuts through reduction and attrition due to record inflation and only a 1% increase in the basic allotment over the last 6 years. Denton ISD's 1925 Advisory Committee, comprised of parents, staff, and community members, studied the district's financial outlook, staffing formulas, and program funding priorities for the 25-26 budget. The committee recommended that the Board of Trustees call for a tax ratification election, or Proposition A, for the November ballot. Proposition A provides $26 million in annual funding for the district's maintenance and operations budget this year and each year after. These funds would be used to reverse previous budget reductions. Denton ISD has over 33,000 students across 47 campuses. The district employs 4,854 full-time staff members dedicated to providing quality education and support to the community. School districts across North Texas compete for a limited pool of teachers and staff, and Denton ISD is no exception. On the first day of school, DISD had 80 open teaching positions and 7 bus routes without a driver. The average starting teacher salary in Denton ISD is $2,645 lower than the regional average, as shown in the salary comparison chart. Denton ISD is the second largest employer in Denton County, and compensation plays a key role in attracting and retaining staff. Prop A generates $16 million for teacher and staff support, which would include competitive salary increases in 2025-26 and fund raises for all teachers and staff by 26-27. Without additional funding, Denton ISD will have to reduce staff positions, including teachers, counselors, nurses, librarians, and special education personnel, and face longer vacancies in hard-to-fill roles such as bilingual, special education, and foreign language teachers, as well as bus drivers and child nutrition staff. The district has already made cuts where it can. Over the last 2 years, Denton ISD reduced 249 positions through attrition and staff reductions, totaling more than $13 million. Fewer positions can lead to larger class sizes. Denton ISD class sizes already surpass state averages. In 2023, the district submitted 33 waivers for larger class sizes. In 2025, Denton ISD has already submitted 73 waivers. Texas House Bill 3 requires an armed officer on every campus. There's a shortage of school safety officers across the state. Every Denton ISD campus has a school safety officer or student resource officer. The district spends more than $7 million on safety and security, including armed officers on each campus, while receiving $2.2 million from the state. This leaves the district with a funding gap of more than $5 million annually. Denton ISD previously had 37 reading recovery teachers. Due to budget constraints, the district now has 21 reading recovery teachers, which include teachers who support our dual language learners. 249 positions were cut from the district through attrition and reduction in the last year. This includes positions such as reading recovery, interventionists, and bilingual support specialists. Career and technology education provides hands-on learning to prepare students for careers after graduation. Over 99% of Denton ISD students take at least one CTE course. Without additional revenue, the district will have to look at reducing programs and enrichment opportunities due to staffing constraints. Proposition A provides $5 million to support student programs and enrichment. In Texas, school district taxes are split into 2 buckets, and each pays for different things. The money for both buckets comes mainly from property taxes, measured in pennies per $100 of property value. The first bucket is maintenance and operations, or M&O. That's what keeps the district running day to day, paying teachers and staff, covering fuel for buses, buying supplies, keeping the lights on, and so on. Prop A impacts this bucket. The second bucket is interest and sinking, or INS. This one can only be used to pay back bonds that voters approve. Think of it as the Building Projects Fund, like building new schools or fixing up old ones. It can't be used for regular operating costs. To bring in more revenue and raise the M&O tax rate above a set limit, a school district has to go to voters for permission. That's called a tax ratification election, or Prop A. If approved, the estimated impact for a home valued at $298,000 in Denton ISD, the average taxable value for 2025, would be a decrease of $16.03 per month, compared to the average taxable value certified by the appraisal district in 2024. This figure includes the voter approval of the additional $40,000 homestead exemption in November. Combined with the current $100,000 exemption, these measures would lower school property taxes for qualifying homeowners. This tax impact includes the most recent compression and assumes the additional $40,000 homestead exemption is approved by voters in November. The combination of compression and an additional $40,000 on top of the existing $100,000 homestead exemption will cut school property taxes for a homesteaded property. This would take effect in January 2026. Homeowners 65 years and older or disabled who have filed for and received a homestead exemption are not impacted by Prop A. They will also be voting on an additional homestead exemption on the November ballot, which would give them a $200,000 homestead exemption on school property taxes. If approved, homeowners 65 years or older or disabled could see a decrease in their school district taxes, but it would not exceed the frozen amount established when their exemption was granted, unless an addition or renovation was made to their home. Check your most recent Notice of Assessed Value change to see if you will be impacted, or contact your local appraisal district for more information. Early voting is October 20th through the 31st. Election Day is Tuesday, November 4th. More information on Prop A is available on the district's website at dentonisd.org/Prop A. Make your voice heard and go vote.